All right, let's look at the slice.
Uh-huh.
We talked before about the differences between the backhand drive and the forehand drive. It's the same in the sense that there's an initial coil or turning, just like the forehand and backhand. And from that position, Roger's going to uncoil and turn forwards. Watch the logo on his chest right here, and watch how it starts to unwind. And also watch the wrinkles on his shirt, right there and right there, and watch how they start to twist. So what's happening here is he's set the racket up behind his shoulder, and then his torso and his chest is twisting forwards. And a lot of that is kind of like the back as well, starting to pull the racket around. So because his torso is unwinding and delivering a lot of energy up through the arm and then into the racket, I want you to watch how his arm and his racket moves through contact. And just look at how passive and loose and free his arm is. There is no twisting or turning. There's not even any like knifing or like cutting. He's pulling down, unwinding with his chest, and then his racket and his arm are just totally steady and stable.
Tell me something. Some coaches say that you should kind of do the smile thing, you know? So it's like, pa. They also tell the table, you know? The table, pa. Never break mom's table.
So why isn't Roger doing any of that? So they'd better write an email though to Roger. I'll address both of those really quickly. So the table thing, it depends on what flavor of slice you're trying to hit. If you're trying to more or less just kind of block the ball back, then setting up right behind the ball and kind of going right through makes a lot of sense. It's very simple and kind of direct. If you're trying to add a bunch of backspin, then coming downwards is necessary. The theme for you is you have a lot of very good pieces, but there's like one thing that just doesn't fit. So you start off very level, like flat. Roger was up above his shoulder, and you're kind of level with your shoulder. So that means it's going to be like the table, you know, like the tabletop. It's going to be very flat and straight. So, yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. So, so you're starting the swing from here, going forwards to here. There's a phrase that is extremely powerful. I'll put this under your general coaching. Have you ever heard this?
No.
The face sends it, the path bends it.
Sends it. The path bends. Okay, explain it.
So the face means the strings, the racket face. Wherever the strings are facing, the ball is touching the strings for about 4/1000ths of a second. It takes about
4/1000 of a second.
Yes, that the ball is touching the strings. Like actually, there's connection between the two. If I remember correctly, a blink of an eye is about 60 or 70 thousandths of a second to blink your eyes. So the ball is on the strings like 5% of what it takes to blink your eyes. So in that split second, wherever your face is facing, the ball is going to go that direction.
She will obey the orders of the racket face.
Of the universe, yeah. That's just physics. Wherever the strings are facing, that's what sets the direction of the shot. The face sends it. At that split second, whatever direction the racket is moving gives the ball spin, and that's what curves the ball or bends it. Like in soccer, you know, in football, somebody kicks and like bends the ball around. It's from the foot going past the ball. The ball goes that way because the side of the foot is facing that way, but the foot is going past it, and so that's what bends the ball or curves it. It's the same thing with the racket. If you want spin, the racket has to be moving past the ball. Upwards, that's topspin. Downwards, that's slice.
Roger.
Sideways, that's right and left.
That's totally flat.
Right. So your flat path is not adding any spin. I think intuitively you kind of feel that, and so after the hit,
I tried.
so watch this. So the ball's gone already. It's already too late. Whatever you do from here on out, the ball's already off the strings. But watch what you're doing with your racket face afterwards.
Wow.
And so you're making this big like twist with the racket. I think like in a subconscious like effort to try to like you're trying to like curve it and like bend it, but it's gone already. It's too late. So if the path already hasn't been set in a way that's going to spin it, it's already too late. Yep. All right, Mario, we're going to shadow slowly. Yep. We're going to hit two parts very deliberately. Part one is going to be your racket is going to be up over your shoulder instead of level with your shoulder. And then part two is going to be as you pull and come down through contact, the edge of your racket is going to stay static and passive all the way through. So let's move really slowly through that. Probably pause up here at the top. Yep. And we're going to open the racket a little bit more. Yeah, like that. And so you'll come down towards contact, through, and just leave the racket face all the way through. Yep. Good. Watch that last one you just did. So now we're starting with the hands much higher, which means it's going to be a steeper path down towards contact. So now the path is coming downwards. So contact would probably be somewhere about here. Now we're starting from here. Look at Mike Roger. So you've got almost a 45-degree path now.
Wow.
Down through contact. And then watch the racket afterwards. Now it's maintaining the face.
Yeah,
That looks much better, doesn't it?
No scooping.
It's not doing anything for you anyway. So now we have a very steady racket face and we have a downward path. That's going to give you the spin you're trying to make. Let's just do a few more of those, practice. When I toss you a ball, please, you're going to really feel the urge to like really accelerate. I want you to keep it very calm and passive, okay? Same movement. Up, down. Okay, good. Again. Up. Yeah, oh, that was nice. What did that feel like? Really? Man, it looked pretty. Do you remember what your original one looked like?
Yeah, flat.
Watch this.
Uh-huh.
How much better does that look? So now the racket is going down towards contact, and then your racket face stayed steady.
Wow, yeah.
Calm through. It's really simple. That's a million times better than where we started.
Wow.
I don't want you to need to have to use this to hit a slice.
Wow, I'm used to. Yeah, I'm totally used to.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
I
To
think
hammer the ball.
the best for your progress would be to completely remove it and learn how to use this instead, and then slowly add in like 5%. And then when you add 5% and you're doing this effectively, the results are way better than just relying on this to hit everything.
Got it.
Part of the benefit of starting up a little higher is that once you let go of this and your body starts to turn, you've got tons of easy energy by coming down from that high position. If you're starting off right behind the ball, you have to like create all your own force, like going through it, and you don't have the roller coaster effect.
You know, sometimes I feel like I have to.
No, you don't have to. Well, the way you were doing it, you more so, you do have to. Relax. Good job. Okay, let's go back to the blue line. Good. Let's go back to the baseline. Good shot. How do you feel about the actual shots? How the ball is coming off your racket? Are you happy with how it's leaving the strings?
Some balls felt better than others, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. So the reason why your old ones feel better. Remember the phrase, the face sends it, the path bends it. So watch the path and the relative effort here.
Yeah, and that finishing is great. Yeah.
Compared to the path and the relative effort here. So there's
You're right.
The one on the left looks casual, looks calm. The whole purpose of a slice is to stay in the point. Like it's a defensive or neutral shot. You can use it offensively. Like I'm not trying to say it's impossible to hit an offensive shot.
It could be it could be like an approach shot, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Or when you're getting pulled like way off to the side, or when you're getting pushed like way back by the curtain. That's where a slice is utility, or it's like really low and you're trying to scoop it, up off the ground. That's where the value of a slice comes into play. But you're taking that general framework here and you're trying to like bolt a turbocharger on it, and you're trying to like add 100 horsepower onto what should be like a little like go-kart. It's not its purpose in the first place. And I'm just trying to tell you, I understand that. I totally get that this felt better because you're just hitting it way more square and with a lot more effort. And so of course it's going to feel better when it hits the middle of the strings. Another reason why I'm bringing this up is occasionally in the ones you're practicing right now, you're hitting a shot that's like very spinny and you're not really used to seeing that. And eventually you're going to learn how to perfect that dial and be able to fine tune it. So right now you're just probably for the first time experiencing really dropping and really spinning the ball a lot. And it's 1,000 shades of gray. Occasionally, maybe you want to hit a kind of a flat slice. Sometimes you want a lot of spin, like to give yourself lots of time for the next shot. Other times we want something halfway in between. And you can achieve all of them by hitting at this path or this path or this path or this path or this path. And right now, that's pretty good. That's pretty,
really.
Right now, you only have like one. It's like this one, 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 this one. And like that's your slice right now. And so I'm just trying to open up the other like options to you. It's okay to use slice offensively sometimes, but the utility for you to learn how to be able to hit all the other ones would be very valuable, like to your development as a player. So it's okay. All I'm trying to say is it's okay that some of them look and feel weak right now. And that's kind of the point. Same path. Oh, good shot. Good job. Okay, no problem. Good job. I know this is tough because it's such a feel, like a nuanced like feel thing. It's probably gonna feel really weird until all of a sudden it doesn't, and there's probably gonna be kind of like a light bulb moment in your practice where all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is really easy, and it just gets comfortable kind of all of a sudden. Looking at just visually, I'm confident in how you're moving.
Okay.
That eventually it's gonna kind of click, and it's gonna become very repeatable and very comfortable for you.
Okay.
But it's just gonna take repetition for you to work through that uncomfortable part.
I think it's worth exploring my use and abuse of the backhand slice.
Yeah, you should view it as a tactical way of like rounding out your options, not just another weapon. And I get the feeling based on your descriptions that you've mostly viewed it as just another way to attack.
Exactly.
And it's so much more than that.